Hey guys, here is Mo. Um, Sorry if my brain today is not working properly because I'm just sick. But still, I wanted to do this tutorial. So this tutorial should be showing you how to use agentic nodes and how to deal with the whole thing. It's pretty simple. You have now three tabs, which is one of them is for workflows, which is running very typical sequential workflows, which means that it will go in a sorted order, doing this first command and then the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one. And then we have credentials, and here where you can or you need first to add your API keys. In this case, for example, for Grok, we have gave it a name and we have posted API key. A hint: Grok is for free, so please go and get yourself one API, and you can play around with it as much as you want for free. To add a new one, it's pretty simple. You go add the credential, you choose which credential you need. In this case, let's say Grok AI, I give it a name, production, and then I need to set my API key, and then I add the credential and it will be set. Variables is a really nice thing that I really love. Variables will be needed if you will be having text that will be used multiple times in so many different workflows. Let's say today I am taking the example of content creation for my product. I have the other product, which is Halfway ML, and it's actually a transcription and subtitling service. This one will be helping me to generate content for Halfway. So yes, I am now building a very dummy workflow to use it to do the following. I have my product Halfway ML, which is actually a transcription and subtitling tool, and I would love to generate blocks for it. The blocks that I want to generate today, I am funny, and I want to do them in two different languages. The first one I want to do it in English, and then the second one is in German. Now, to generate content in English, and which is kind of making sense, and it's kind of following my brand guidelines, following my and also knowing the information about my company, about the style I would love to write in. I need to feed the model first so much information, so the model knows about what to write and what are things that need to be aware of. So that's why things like my information about my company is very crucial to first create it as a variable and say, for example, hey, Halfway offers high quality AI powered transcription subtitling services with localization features coming soon. The product simplifies transcription and subtitling, blah, blah, blah. And then we give it some information who are the target audience, primary users, researchers, YouTube creators, journalists, and blah, blah, blah. Pricing structure, very small information. And then also very small information about the brand voice and content style. We could go through this, like we can go really crazy on that and expand it so much, but this will be too long for this tutorial. I would like just to kind of demonstrate for you how things works. So yes, I have created now, for example, this variable, and this variable will be then used in my workflow. So let's go to the workflows. In these workflows, I have prepared one workflow that we can go through in this case. When you want to create a new workflow, you just click on new workflow, and then you give it a name, and then you just click on create, and it will be created. Now let's open it, and so we end up now on this template. So please just be careful first with this editor. It's a little bit of a work in progress, so it needs to be optimized more and more. You can use this tools on the side, which is kind of zoom in and zoom out, and then by clicking on the resize, it will always give you kind of the full picture of the workflow, and then you can also lock it if you want. I don't know if you need it, but otherwise you can just move it with your mouse also, and zoom in and zoom out with your touch mouse. So yeah. This workflow will be starting by first fetching the records that we are having in our Notion database. So I have a Notion database where I have all my pages. So I have actually done first my keyword research, and the keyword research, which is then including all the information I need to be writing blog post about, and also landing pages. Let's say in this case, I would love to write a blog post or a landing page about video translator software. For this, I need to kind of gather so many information. So the person, or like the LLM who want to write about it, he needs to understand what is a video translated software in my sense, and what do I want to reach with that. So the more information you can feed, the better for you. So yeah, for now, we would say like Notion is my single source of truth. I have my information about like each record is representing one page that need to be created. And here where I'm fetching it, so to use that, you first go click on tools and you click on Notion. If you see, it has created in the random place, so please be aware always that when you click on a node, it will just create it somewhere randomly. This is a bug. I will fix it at some point, but for now it's not important. So please have fun and go and look for it. You need to then kind of grab it first. Click on this pencil, which is an edit, and then select the operation. In this case, we have only get database for now. I will be adding more operations very soon. And then you need to choose the credential. In this case, we have the production, the one that we have created already. And then you need to add the database ID. From this, I will get it from my URL here and then paste it. And then I will just decide that I would love to have the page size, which is that, I would like to have only 2 pages for now. I save it. Note that if I now want to kind of run it, or this one, this execute node, this is always for testing it, to run it one time so you get the information from it and you see if it works or not before running the whole workflow. If you click on this, it will prevent you from doing that because you have changes that haven't been saved. So please always save. If you want to save, just click on Control S on Windows. Boom, it has been saved, or you just click on here and then it has been saved. So now we have saved it. We need to test it if it works. We click on this. Boom, we have now the node executed successfully. We have view response. If we click on the show full response, here it is. We have now the response we need from Notion. This is the data we need. This is the local title in English. Okay, fine. Now we have here 2 records. So if I want to do all my workflow on these 2 records, saying that I want to create for each record of them, let's say in this case, if we go back, let's say it has got those 2 records, and I want to create first a content for video translating software, and then one blog for Morse code video translator. Then in this case, I need to run all my workflow through each of them. For this, I need a looper. And this is my looper that I really love and I'm super excited about. I will just delete this one. I will come back here. So because I have done all of that there, we need to save. So as you see, we have the Notion tool here. It's getting all the records. If you see, when I click on this, not the whole workflow will be running. It's only the node, the one which is be running. As I told you, this is only for testing purposes. But this is also running the API. So if you click on it, it has run it. So we see, okay, this is the records we have from Notion, and let's go down to see the name. So we have now here video translated software, and then and this is now the second record. The second record is Morse code video translator. Cool. Now we want to run all this workflow through each of them. If I don't have the looper, both of them will be passed, and we cannot do this. So for this, we need a looper. The looper, you find it always in the utilities. You click on looper, and then it shows up somewhere randomly. You need to grab it and then connect it. You always need to connect them, and please connect them always in this kind of order, because then this is how they will be run. So now we have connected it to looper. So the looper, so it can work. You first need to go to edit it, and now you do something which I really love that we have optimized. Many things have changed. So one of them is, for example, to have a full editor mode. If you click on here, you can now have a way better view to write. For this, maybe it's not necessary, but anyways. So first, you need to connect the looper to the data that you have got. So you have got the data from Notion. You see here, Notion. You can also see the variables data, which we have saved generally or globally. This we don't need now. We need to connect it to Notion first. So please first read, okay, it's coming from Notion. Then we need to see the data. Okay, we have a list of 2 objects. Nice. Now we will insert two of them, like the whole list. Insert. Now it's here. Close this, please. And then save it. Again, you need to save. So you see this guy. You see this guy here. You need to save again. Cool, it has been saved. Let's test to see if it has worked. You click on it, perfect. Now the looper has grabbed only one of them, because the looper will be representing each single item of the list, and will be passing this list, or it will be looping as much as we have here on all of them, and it will be running all the workflow. It will be running all the workflow behind it by the number of the list we have. If it's 2, then those 3 will be run twice. Cool. After that, we will be going through and we will start setting up all our nodes. So now we are starting chaining, and for chaining, we need to kind of connect, to connect this kind of LLMs and any other nodes. We need to pass data from one node to another, and this is what I'm really excited to show you because now we can do a proper chaining. Let's go through this example. So now we have this node, and this node is actually from Grok. We will call it first content writer because this one will be writing for us content. We can choose the model here, and we will decide, for example, in this case for, I don't know, a Llama 3, 8 billion parameters. We will give it credentials that we have created already. And now let's go to the editor that here, hopefully it will make more sense for you, that it will look nicer. So you can see here, we give him some, or no, we give it some instruction, which is like, you are a very creative content writer who writes very authentic content for websites. Your content seems very natural and entertaining. You work for variables, and we will see now why variables, because I wanted to tell it you are working for a company, which is my company, and for this, to choose it, you can just click on this beautiful thing, and then it will show you all the variables that you can put. The variables, the global ones, and the kind of variables from the other nodes that are chained to it. Which nodes are chained to it are the Looper and the Notion, so you can access all of them. For now, we need to first click here, choose the position, and then pass the company information. Okay, so this one is working for my company information. Nice. Your VP of marketing will give you the request like so. And I formatted it in content request. I used XML tags. About this, I will go through it in a different tutorial to show you why I use this and why I love XML tags, which are helping me so much to manipulate the way this LLM will respond and will also give me the data back, because this is a struggle I'm always having, that the LLM is kind of writing everything back to me and I need to kind of extract the information, and XML tags are really amazing to kind of instruct it properly on this is how we are getting that and this is how you output it. You see, I told him you'll get the data this way, and then you need to output the data also this way by using an output element. We get back out of here, and here in my I will go down, and this is the user prompt, and the user prompt is also now giving him the data. So it's a content request, as we said, as we told him in the system message, and this is the message coming from his VP of marketing. Let's go. Craft a blog post about what? I will go through to you. I'm very sorry that this one looks so ugly. We will change this in the future, but for now it's just working and we need it to work. So for this, we needed to write a blog post about each one in the looper, and we need to write a blog post about the name, and which is then video translator value. Nice. So we needed to write a blog post about each name of the looper items. Nice. So, and then we can choose the temperature, max tokens. More fields will be coming soon, hopefully. Stay tuned. And then this one will return for us a result, because we told it to return the result for us, in this case, in an output. Cool. We go now to the next node, which is then a Gemini node. If we click on edit, we have called it SEO expert. Okay. What model are you using? I'm using Flash for now. It's also a nice, small, very fast model. And then credentials, we have choose them again. Here in this system prompt, we are also gave it some very, very simple prompting. Way more advanced prompting will come more in the future because we are experimenting together. Again, you see we are also passing variables to it. If you click on this beautiful thing, it was also passing variables to it, and instructing it on how the input data are coming and how the output data should be showing up. Nice. The system and the user prompt, we are also, as you see, we have also attached to it and told it, please take the content that is coming from the previous LLM node, which is then the content that has been created by Grok, and then optimize it for SEO for the following keywords from, and I will show you better. Let's say this one should be creating the content about this one. So if you see, it will show you, it will not be showing it properly, maybe because it didn't get the data from the previous the previous node, and that is fine because this is only the test. in the workflow, it will be getting it. So now we have tested it and we have the response. If you go down, if you want to see more details, you can see them here. And this is the whole picture that you will be using now in the second one. So if you go down to Gemini, we will expand it here. We are telling it here is the finished content from the content manager. Okay, let's link it to the content manager. So this is the Grok AI chat. Nice. We go to there, choices, and we get the first choice, and then we get the messages, and we get the content from there. We needed to focus on the following keywords. Which keywords? These keywords are coming actually from Notion, from our Notion database, and from our Notion database. For this, we use the looper because in my Notion database, I have defined multiple keywords that need to be focused on. So for here, I will be click on the looper. I will click no. Yeah, the UX here is not that nice. I'm very sorry, but we will improve this in the future. So we will close the Grok. We will open the looper. If you see, it's always going up, scrolling up, which is a problem. We don't need that. We go to looper. Boom. Anyways, so from looper, we will choose one of the properties, and then with here, we have these keywords that need to be focused on, and then we can just add all of them by clicking insert. So it's a list of keywords. Nice. And then we save this one. We can also test it. Click. We need to save it. Nice. Then we need to test it. Hopefully it works. So it needs some time to get the call back, or maybe it didn't work properly. Let's see. I click it again. Okay, now we get it back. Cool. If I click on this, so now we have the results from it. Perfect. Let's see. This is the results. Okay, good. And now we need the rewriter, the one from OpenAI, which is a local content rewriter. This one will get the SEO optimized content from the SEO expert and then rewrite it in the German language. And for this, we have used the mini model from OpenAI, which is also great. We have passed our credentials, and then we have give it some instructions on who you are and how to do this. You are an amazing content writer from Germany. You have very deep expertise, blah, blah, blah. And you work for the company My Variable. And then this is the content request you are getting. You're using also XML tags. And then I give it some information on how to instruct its thinking on going through the whole thing and passing the output. Note please that, and here I am also passing to it the content that is coming back from Gemini, which is the SEO writer. Note please that every time this is a bit confusing, and I hopefully kind of explained more and more in other tutorials. If you click always on this one, it will just be tested and it will not be getting the data from the looper because of some backend logic. But we need always to execute it so we can access it from here. So if we don't execute this one, I cannot access it from here. So it will not be showing up when I click on this one, and I cannot see it here. This time I can see them, and I can see the results because I have run them. So you need always to run them and test models before. Cool. So when we want to run this, we just click on this and run it. I will not run it now because I have run it already. So let's go on the analytics. Here you can see all the analytics around this workflow and what was going on. So I have run it once. Look at this beautiful thing. Here first I get an overview about the session that we have run. So note, I will go back. In this case, when we have this kind of workflow, the workflow will go first and will fetch the data from Notion. Let's, in this case, two pages that need to be created, and then it will loop through each of them, and then we'll create the first page. Like first it will pass the first page, it will create it, and then optimize it for SEO, and then rewrite it in German. Nice. The same thing will go for the second one. So this one I will call it a session that has been run, all of that. So here we can see the session. The session was for today. This is the duration of that. It took us 24 seconds. The total cost, it's showing you 0.00, but it's very, 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 very little. So that's why I'm rounding it. I don't want to show you so many zeros, as you see here, for example. It's really, really little. It shows you the total tokens, that how much did the whole thing has costed, like how many tokens we have spent on the whole thing, and it show you the token distribution. As you see, we are inputting so much token, which is fine. In this case, input tokens are usual cheaper than output tokens, and you need to instruct so much to get really good results. But yeah, that was only a dummy example. We will go through this in more advanced examples. Here it shows you the cost over time. I don't know how useful, we'll see, but those are rather more useful. You can see each model how much it has spent. So we can see the GPT-4 Mini, it has spent so much money, and also the the Gemini Flash has also spent the biggest. Llama has spent the least of cost, Schwartz from Grot, and it's a bit cheaper. And we also didn't spend it that much. And here you can see based on each node how much cost it has spent, which is really, really nice. How are we calculating this whole cost? We have the prices from each LLM and we have set it there where we can use them for this calculation. So we always try to kind of get the recent prices. So you see here is we have the content writer who has written the content first, and then the SEO expert who has optimized, and then the local content writer. That was for the first page. The second page, the same thing. Content writer has written the second page. The SEO has optimized, and local has rewritten it. If you want to go through each of them, you can click on this one, which will give you some overview about, okay, that was the model, that was the name, that was the cost. Okay, this is the input and output tokens, and this is the total tokens. Can show you some breakdown. Of course, they are just too little, as I said. That's why they don't show in this ones. Here you can see the prompt that we have written just for you to debug if everything is fine. And then we have the message here. If you click on it, if you click on it, it will open for you the message, and you see it's using our tags that we have told it. And I love this. It's understanding that we want you to structure the response in these tags in a JSON format, which is amazing. So I don't now have all of this kind of responses of, oh yeah, I have written for you this content, please review it, and 2 points and content. No, I have now only the content from it, which is amazing. And so what you see, it's optimized in JSON as I have requested, and it has been optimized with the output elements, which we will be using them in a further tutorial, I will tell you. Nice. Same thing will go also for each of them. So this is actually for you just to kind of debug and understand what is going on and what is going on right and what is going on not. And you see, for example, this one, it has added this kind of other tests that we don't need, which is SEO enhancement and blah, blah. And those are things that we need to kind of see and fine tune on how to get rid of them. So the LLM doesn't write them for us. That was the one from Gemini. Okay, how about the one from GPT-4 Mini? Okay, it has ticked to write it in the output, which is amazing. Cool. That was so much from my side. This is just an overview about how things goes. You can click here and also see all the sessions in this workflow. So we can see this workflow, you have 2 sessions so far, and this is how much it has costed you so far. And this is the average cost per session. Some small information that hopefully will be useful for you. So I hope that that was useful for you, and I hope you like it. I really love it, and I'm really excited about for the new cases, and I will be sharing it all with you. Have a great day, and don't get sick like me.